Sub Pop 200 is a compilation record which was released on December 28, 1988. One of the bands who appears on that record is Nirvana, whose song Spank Through appears as the third track on the record. Spank Through originally appears as one of the songs on the Fecal Matter demo and was re-recorded by Jack and Dino. The Jack and Dino re-recording was released on Sub Pop 200. In this video, I want to show you clips from my interviews with Jack and Dino and Bruce Pavitt, one of Sub Pop's co-founders, where they discuss Sub Pop 200, Spank Through, and more. If you want to see the full interviews, they're linked below. I have a question about Nirvana and Sub Pop 200. On that compilation record, you guys included Spank Through. Was there any particular reason why you guys chose that song specifically?
You know, that's a good question. I don't really know. I think it's because they chose to put that one on there. That's the most likely scenario. But I will say that compilation Sub Pop 200 really did put Seattle on the map as far as I'm concerned. Side anecdote here, in London, there was a BBC DJ, John Peel, who was considered maybe the number one tastemaker in the world. He had a radio show. He wrote reviews, and he really embraced Sub Pop 200. He did a review in the London Observer that has like 2 million readers, and he essentially said that Sub Pop had the most distinctive regional sound since Motown, which was an epic endorsement. So collectively, all these bands working together, unified by Jack and Dino's recording, unified by Charles Peterson's photography, really made an impact. And after that Peel review, a lot of the British press, which was very influential, kind of started backing us up. So we had a lot of hype behind us.
Didn't you have vocals on Spank Through at some point in time?
There is a version of Spank Through. I don't think it's been released, unless I'm tripping, because we did do a version of Spank Through. We did do a version of Spank Through in the Bleach recording sessions, or really during the summer before Bleach, but it was with Chad. There is a version of Spank Through with Chad on drums. I don't know if it's been released or not. It's been bootlegged everywhere. And yes, actually, the opening verse of the song originally had a talking vocal underneath Kurt's singing vocal. He sings, "There's a soft, relentless mountain," or whatever. I don't remember the exact words. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we were doing it, of course, Dale wasn't there, and Kurt said, "Oh, you do the talk part." I said, "Okay." So you're right. I think I am doing the talk vocal under that. And I might also be playing tambourine on that, or on some song. It seems to me I'm playing tambourine on something from some session. I don't remember anyway. This is too much time has passed. But you're right. I am actually doing the talk vocal on that. I just don't know if anyone's ever bothered to release it.
That's interesting. So the version of Spank Through on Sub Pop 200, that's a different version than the
No, that is the version. Okay, it did get released. All right. Yes, okay. That's the version. Sorry, I couldn't think of it on any Nirvana release. I forgot about Sub Pop 200. Yes, that's the version with Chad. And yes, I am on backing vocals on that.
So I guess you could technically say you were a Nirvana vocalist. Technically.
I don't believe anyone has ever said that, and I don't think anyone ever will. Backing vocalist at best, you know.
Okay. That's better than 99.9% of the rest of us. So you mentioned that the Sub Pop bands were unified by a few common elements, like Jack and Dino's producing, Charles Peterson's photography. Did the humorous, sarcastic image of the label in any way serve as a unifying factor itself?
A lot of the early musicians had a great sense of humor. Mark Arm in particular, the Mudhoney Crew, Tad, all these groups had a great sense of humor, which is one of the reasons their live shows were so good. But I think I was a little more involved in the marketing, and I was just having fun with it. You know, we had no money, but we played this corporate shtick. One of our great scams was we had a tiny little office on the 11th floor of this building called the Terminal Sales Building. So we took an epic photo of the building. And when we released a compilation called Sub Pop 200, people opened up the box set. You know, it wasn't just a compilation. It was a box set with a booklet of photos by Charles Peterson. And there, right in the booklet was the photo of Sub Pop World Headquarters. So people are looking at this going, damn, these guys are ballers. You know, it's like 11-story building, but no, we literally had a 600-foot office in that building. The manager of the building told us we couldn't do that anymore. Punk rock at that time, as defined by like Maximum Rock and Roll, the magazine, for example, was increasingly, a lot of respect to Maximum Rock and Roll, but there was a lot of emphasis on being anti-corporate and having a real strong political focus. And our political focus was like, we're working with great bands and we want them to get paid. You know, that was basically our point of view. So we kind of played the corporate shtick a little bit just to go against the grain. And in the world of media, it's all about getting people's attention. So if somebody's doing one thing, sometimes you just got to do the opposite just to get people's attention.
Sub Pop has always championed indie and underground artists. So when Sub Pop itself was an underground indie label, was there any kind of a communal vibe between you guys and the artists themselves? Absolutely. And the indie culture at that time was all about music fans doing whatever it took to get records out. That was the intention. And if we could just cover our bills, that was reward enough. One thing that Sub Pop did that doesn't get nearly enough attention, in my opinion, is we were hyping the Seattle thing. There was a Seattle focus with grunge and so forth. But we're also networking with bands from all over the country, and we were rapidly putting out a whole series of singles, 7-inch singles by bands from all over the country, which got record stores in Dallas and Chicago and Detroit and New York more and more excited about what we were doing because we were paying respect to their scenes. And so that was really a key to becoming more of a national label because in the background, we were really hyping a lot of other regional bands as well.